Hey everyone, welcome back to my Unprofessional Opinion podcast. I'm your host, Angela. So for today's episode, we're back in the song series and we're doing Yes I Will by Vertical Worship. So it just starts off with saying, I count on one thing, the same God who never fails, will not fail me now. You won't fail me now. In the waiting, the same God who's never late is working all things out. You're working all things out. And I think that's something that's really important to remember, that your time and God's time, they're normally two different things. You know, we want things like right now. We don't want to wait. We want to get what we want when we want it. But God has this beautiful plan that doesn't always line up with what we believe is the best. But, you know, He created everything. So I think He knows what He's doing. And I think sometimes it's easy to get frustrated because you're like, okay, I thought this was going to happen. I thought this was my time, or whatever you want to say. But God's like, no. You got to wait. Learn patience a little bit. And that can be really frustrating because, like I said, we think we know what's best for ourselves because we're like, oh, we know what we want. We know where we want to go. We know everything like that. But God knows it all. God knows where exactly you're going to go. He can see what's going to happen tomorrow, where you can't. We don't even know if tomorrow's going to happen. But in those moments of frustration, I think it's really important to remember that, like I said, God has a plan and He's working it out. He's working it out for good. So it's a lot easier said than done, but you just got to put your trust in that. And then the song just continues to say, yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Yes, I will bless your name. Oh, yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy. All my days, oh yes, I will. And you know, that's a lot easier said than done because I've said this before, but sometimes, a lot of times, it's really easy for us to let our emotions guide us. So when you're having a rotten time or you're in a funk or things aren't going the way that you want, it's really easy to just be moping and be down on yourself and be sad. But that's not going to be beneficial. Because if you call yourself a Christian, if you call yourself a follower of God, you can put your hope and you can put your trust that He's leading you through this dark valley. It's going to get better because He has such a beautiful purpose for you. So even in those moments of discouragement, even when you're feeling down, just praise God that you have another day to live and that He's going to bring you out of this storm. And then it just goes on to say, and I choose to praise, to glorify the name of all names that nothing can stand against. And just how incredible is that really? Like when you think of it, that God, the one that you are serving, the one that you gave your life to, He is bigger, He is stronger than anything. Nothing can come up against Him because He's going to be victorious every single time. So when you're feeling down, when you feel like everything is going awful, when you're like, what is going on? I'm so confused. I'm so frustrated. Just remember the God that you serve. Remember that He has a plan for you. He has a plan for this world. And just remember that He's the one that sits on the throne. He has a plan. He's in control and He can do anything just like snap of fingers. Because in the end, He's the one that's going to be victorious. And if you're a part of that, that should be something you should be excited about. Anyways, that's it of this episode of my Unprofessional Opinion podcast. I've been your host, Angela. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for new episodes every Wednesday. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, folks.